wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the. Went throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Gonna see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But it's in, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm not, the stereotypes, they do not fit me, I'm bigger than life, gave everyone dogs, I'm not a guard, go hard with a squad, I'm playing my part, like them LeBron, rings to the team, I feel Jackson and hard, the homie calling from a cell, a couple of homies be making it, I just want all of them dudes to do well, not worry about taking a couple of L's, don't sin for me, just win for me, don't kill for me, just live for me, keep it real for me, we eat together, leave the bill for me, like, hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk inside the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020, yeah. VVS, Clippity, yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they, though they taking notice, taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they, though they taking notice. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Complete. Smith has it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Just like that. Check nickel.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Red, Leo, 10 Tucson, under 10. Watch the safety creep. Let's go.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
To throw on 3rd down. Love trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gurley trying to run inside, but nothing there. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down, it's Williams. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. We own it.
On 3rd and 2. Love being chased out left. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
That's good for the Panthers. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 6-0 our score after 1.
Check. Squeeze, get in there. Exit. Watch out. Hey, switch gears. Go.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike's 56. General, rest. Buzz. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. On the go.
On third down, Love. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and now it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. That's into the hands of Pascal. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Love. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, you know, and me and my crew, we got to see him. And when they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably with
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, New Orleans. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On the ground, this is Williams. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 1st and 10, Love. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
56.
To throw again. Love. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Marcus Williams, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right side. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Love. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give it. He's checking.
From the gun, Love escaping the pressure right. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On 1st down, Love. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Love. Now he's got the hook up to Moore. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They go quickly here out to Moore. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 there, and a New Orleans 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check safety, check safety.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Let him know, let him know. Check. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
That's fielded in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Love. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Logan Ryan. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Love. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Come on, let's go. Watch twist.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Ready, ready. Get out top. 57. Rock it. Get ready.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. A big run there by Gurley. 51 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And an alley to run. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one good for 33 and a first. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
56.
From the gun, Love. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man, moving. You got to get move.
On 4th down, Love. And it is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complimentary football?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Finding room at the 30. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Love. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point try good by Gano. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll drop the throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, The night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Love. Benjamin's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On 1st and 10, Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
I'm coming for you. You mine. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for New Orleans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.